close your eyes and be in tune with the body. I walked in that exact moment. And through that, I just did a 360, walked back to my office, and I Googled blind massage.
We are joined by Marianne Akwenye, the founder of Nomad Spa, which obviously you already know of. And many of you know it as a place of transformation, of rejuvenation and connection. And today, it is my absolute pleasure to welcome Marianne. Hello.
Hello. It's an absolute pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Let's start at the beginning, just telling us a bit about your spa and what inspired you to create this brand Nomad.
Well, it started really with having a heart for the girl child. That's my foundation. And I looked for something that would be not rocket science, that would be easy, that would help them, empower them with a skill, and that skill will then give them a stepping stone to, get back, whether it's a schooling system, whether it's back into the workspace, but just give them something as opposed to doing really entry-level type jobs like being a cashier or cleaning somebody's house, giving them something that is a profession that is respected. And from that basis, that's where we started.
And one of the remarkable aspects about your spa is that your employees are visually impaired.
That's true.
How do you empower these individuals, and how do you provide them with the necessary skills and the training to excel in their roles? Because I think it's a very unique aspect of the profession, especially yours.
And again, how that was also put upon my path, I truly believe it's divine intervention. I walked into a classroom or a lecture room where they were being taught, sighted students. That's who we started with. And the lecturer simply said, close your eyes and be in tune with the body. I walked in that exact moment. And through that, I just did a 360, walked back to my office, and I Googled blind massage. Like, why do we have to instruct? What about the ones that are already in that unfortunate position? And that's how it started. And I found that it is possible. I didn't know how, but because it was possible, I took it on as a challenge. Yeah.
And having said that, Deb Marine recently launched a sponsorship in employee training, which is very, very exciting.
Yeah.
Just tell us a bit about that and how this can contribute to the success of Nomad.
Yeah. So Deb Marine, Saving Grace, Angel, they came through with a generous sponsor, which was a pilot for 5 visually impaired therapists that we trained. We took upon. One, we don't have not the syllabus, not the know-how. So to just start, we had to bring in trainers from abroad who knew how to do it. Of course, they were supported by a local trainer who then learned the skills and so that the project can continue. But through their sponsorship, I think it's a clear and classic what they say about, teach a person how to fish as opposed to just giving them fish. And this is a clear way how Deb Marine sponsorship, when they partnered with Nomad, that's exactly what they did. Because these young women are now equipped and empowered to get meaningful jobs and sustainable jobs that they are off, social grants. They don't need it because they get full-on salaries and they can look after themselves and their families. Yeah.
And in terms of the spa, how do you maintain and just make sure that you remain inclusive and open and how do you just ensure you remain that welcoming?
So I think we went, because we started, it's our 9th year, and we went through many transitions and many changes as we went along, because we also had to find our niche, find an identity of who we are and stay true to it. We were hit by COVID like most people, and we are directly impacted because we are a business of touching, and yet with that it's like don't touch. So we had to become very innovative, and I always say when you support Nomad, as much as our brand story is about empowering and inclusivity and all of that, when you are at the touch point of receiving a treatment at the spa, we don't want you, at no point do we want you to feel pity for the women or feel a certain kind of way because they are professionally trained. They are as capable as any other therapist. In fact, most clients would, they do ask us, are you sure they're visually impaired? Because of the way they maneuver around the property. They're basically at home, they are in their territory. And that is what I want the brand to stand for. Not, let's go to Nomad because they do this, but let's go to Nomad because of our well-being. Yeah.
And beyond providing these opportunities for employment, how does Nomad contribute to just raising awareness about the talents and the capabilities of the visually impaired individuals? Because I think that is truly a unique aspect of the spa.
Yeah, it is. And it is scientifically proven that once you lose one sense, another one is heightened, and more so with sight. Your sensibility or sensitivity to touch is at another level. For these young women, every day we learn from them. They would tell you things like, "Oh, you look beautiful," and it take you aback because you're like, "Wait a minute, did Sarah just say that?" But she can't see because they sense and they're so in tune with themselves that it's an absolutely mind-blowing experience having a treatment with these young women.
And in terms of the goals going forward, what does the next 3, 5, 8, 10 years look like for Nomad Spa? If you could just put yourself in that space where now you could travel 5, 10 years into the future, what does it look like for you?
Well, the ultimate goal is that we are able to transport this experience, this brand, far and wide globally, that these young women are able to be exported or train other women from other countries, and they are able to penetrate the wellness industry wherever they are, that it just becomes inclusive, and that we are custodians of that, and we are catalysts that we are able to enable and empower. Yeah.
And we are looking forward to those 2, 3, 5, 10 years going forward into the future. Marianne, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us, and we can't wait. I can't wait to visit Nomad Spa again. I've been before.
Yay!
Absolutely loved it, and I can't wait to come back again.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, and thank you for all the support, because we always say once you come through, you are not only taking care of your well-being, but it goes so much further. It touches and impacts so many lives. So thank you.
And if you are listening right now, it's MYD Smart, and the voice you're just hearing now is the founder of Nomad Spa, Marianne Akwenye, accompanied by Tatum. So thank you so much for joining us. Music coming your way. We've got